hi. Oh, let's focus here. Say hello. The camera's trying to find you, buddy. Hi. Look who's back. It's the little Dukaroo. Thank you for being so patient with all that, buddy. And she'll let me. A squeaky cat. The babies are home. And the mommy's home. Please don't chase each other around. Hello. Hi. And now, of course, because I held you, now you're going to want to be held the whole time. Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's me. We did it. We made it. Week 5? Week 5. Here we are. Looking good. I had places to be this morning. So that's why I have eyebrows. So you're welcome. Yeah, we're back. I'm in LA, obviously, because of the painting of my little fella we got here and his twin that you can't really see, but I guess I could show you, but I don't want to move my great setup I've got going on here. But yeah, I'm home. I was visiting family all of last week, and we had another addition to the family coming in, another little niece. So I'm very excited to go visit her soon. And yeah, so here for the 3rd time since I started this video, as always, have my Dunkin' coffee. Still not sponsored, but that's okay. So refreshing. So this week, something that I thought would be really good to talk about, because there's not a whole lot going on with me really right now, since I have been taking a break from working and going home, which there's really not much to see, and I don't want to be putting a camera in my family's face all day. I do have ideas for other videos I want to make though, so stand by on that. But I wanted to, I knew it was coming. I knew I should have just put them in bed and they would have been quiet the whole time. But yeah, I thought that this week it would be good to kind of talk about my tattoos, because this is how you guys are going to get to know me, is by me talking about myself. And that's something that not a whole lot of people see. I only have 2 tattoos right now. I do have plans to get more. I don't have them yet, but I already know what I want my next one to be. So sorry, Mom, but it's a-coming. So yeah, the 2 tattoos I have are very easily hidden. Also, I just remembered I forgot to address last week. I did dye my hair. It is an ombre now, like a really dark black to like a lighter brown. You can't really, I don't think you can see it in this lighting. Maybe if I get like closer, you can see it goes from like really dark to a lot lighter of a brown. But yes, I did that. I actually used to dye my hair black every 6 weeks because I liked that little like dead vampire look, because I have very pale skin, especially when I lived in Boston. I was super pale because I never really went outside, and when I did there was no sun. So this is just where I'm at now in life. I'm hoping to get a tan. It's starting to get really hot in LA, so that's gonna be a thing now, but it's fine, you know. I mean, I guess I can deal with like beach weather or whatever. But anyway, to get back on track, I have 2 tattoos. One of them I got when I was 18. It was my first tattoo, and I just wanted this, it's a symbol. Let me see. If you don't like feet, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to look at it. So this is my first tattoo. I don't know if there's like there's no good way for me to do this, especially in shorts, but this is my foot tattoo. And it is a treble bass clef heart. And I, fun fact, was a flutist? I played flute in high school, okay? I was in marching band and drama club, so I was just like, you know, getting dudes left and right, because I was so cool. And on top of that, my dad was actually my middle school principal, so that was really fun. Everybody thought I was a narc, but whatever. They all have kids and are married now, and I'm just living my best life over here. But anyway, so that was the first tattoo I got when I was 18. And that was basically the motive behind it, was just like I was into music, and so I wanted to get something to symbolize that. And it weirdly felt good. Like, I know a lot of other people who get foot tattoos complain that they're very painful, and that because it's such a thin layer of skin to like where your bone is on your feet, it should hurt. But I really enjoyed it, and I don't know if that makes me weird, but that's just the truth. And so yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. I kind of want to get another one because it did feel really good for some reason. It almost like tickled, but it was like a tickle and a pinch, but it didn't, I don't know, it felt good. Okay, there, I said it. I admitted it. I have a problem. I enjoy foot tattoos, or at least mine. I thought it felt really good. But anyway, so that was my first one, and I waited about a year, I think, after to get my second one because it is much bigger, much more elaborate than my first one. I'm gonna see if I can figure this out without hurting myself. Okay. So this is my second tattoo, and I actually designed it myself. So just gonna put a little pat on the back there. But basically, if you don't speak Spanish, my tattoo says Para Maria, which means for Maria. And for me, the tattoo has a dual meaning, so it's about to get real deep in here. Everybody put on your scuba gear. Ah, no, Sasha, sorry, my cat's trying to hop in my lap. They're both very needy because we were on the road yesterday, and so they both, for whatever reason, get very FOMO-y. And I was out this morning for a couple hours, so they're just like very clingy, and it's not helpful when I need to just get this video done and not have them running around chasing each other or hopping on me. Sidebar, this is, as usual, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if I explained this, but I keep a stash of coffee to have throughout the year, so I almost always have the ground pumpkin spice coffee I mentioned in my questions video. So this is that. It is the pumpkin spice Dunkin' coffee with, what's that, mint? With maple syrup and Trader Joe's instead of the silk soy creamer, because that was the one that I had open from last week when I was on vacation at home, and so that's what I'm using up right now. And it is iced coffee as preferred. So the meaning behind my back tattoo is twofold. One is that it is a, so the top part, I'll explain first. They're two cancer ribbons, and they're turned sideways and facing each other, so they make kind of an infinity symbol, but not really, because when I was in college, I was very much a nonconformist, and I had seen so many people with like infinity tattoos and like different sayings and whatever, and I just wasn't into that, but I wanted something sort of similar. And so I was in an ethics class, and I was just kind of doodling because I hated the class and just wanted something else to do. And so I drew that symbol, and I was like, perfect, this is what I'll do for my tattoo. And then I kind of started incorporating something, because at first it was just a solid line. And then I was like, okay, what if I made them cancer ribbons? That would be really cool. Because my mom's mom, her name is Maria, and she was my grandma, obviously, and she died of breast cancer in 1995, I want to say, 95 or 96, so I was very young. I'm born in 94, so I am 23 going on 24 in September. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to get something to commemorate her, because I wanted to have a tattoo with more meaning than the one on my foot, because it's just like a generic music symbol and it doesn't really mean anything in my adult life, whereas something like that actually does. And the other meaning of my tattoo on my back is that I used to have, one of the first jokes that I wrote when I started doing stand-up was I would tell people that when I was younger, my mom and I would walk through like Walmart or grocery stores, I would yell at her and say, "Oye, Maria!" Because my mom is Mexican, she's a first-generation American, and I look white, but I'm half and half. And so I wrote that joke, and it was probably the biggest joke of my first set. I can link the video below. It was the first time I ever did stand-up when I was 18 in college, and the joke went over really well, and so I always like jokingly refer to my mom as Maria. I guess it's a little racist. I mean, her real name's Kathy, but like, I don't know. She's always been a good sport, and so I have used that in my comedy, and that was also my grandma's name. So it's I guess I'm just gonna keep rambling through it. The base level meaning for both of them is that everything that I do is for them. So I didn't really know my grandma super well because I was basically an infant still when she passed away, and so I never really in my adult life have been able to know, like, okay, like what I'm doing now, would she be proud of this? Is this something that she would want? Like I've always tried to live my life that way. Like, okay, I didn't really know my grandma that well, but if she were alive, I would want for her to be proud of me and to encourage what I'm doing, whatever it is, and to want to, you know, show like other people like this, that's my granddaughter. And just, I guess I am just trying to say it in different words, but basically I just want my grandma to be proud of me. And so that's why I included her as a tribute to that, and also because what I do in life is for her, but also for my mom, because my mom has been my biggest comedic inspiration. If you've ever met her, she's a very funny lady. She is Latina crazy, I will say. But I just love my mom so much. Like, she has always been my best friend and my biggest supporter. If you are friends with her on Facebook, all you see really is just me. And so I wanted to include her as well because she's an important part of my life. And so everything that I do, and this tattoo, and just all of my life's journey is in memory and in dedication to both of my Marias. And I'm sorry if that was very sad and long-winded and sappy, but I just wanted to tell you guys a couple cute stories about my tattoos. So the plan for the next one, I don't know if you've ever seen, I have a lovely scar on my elbow right here from a car accident quite a long time ago. But when I was in high school, I was in a very bad car accident. It was actually right before I had to take my SATs, and so I couldn't move my arm because I had stitches in it from them having to sew me up. And so I was taking actually it was the ACTs, I think I said the SATs, but it was the ACTs. So I had to take my test like this because I'm right-handed, and so I was trying to write with my arm on a pillow, like, but I had to look over like this, which is probably why I got an 8 out of 12, but that's neither here nor there because I got through life and have been okay since then. But at any rate, that's the story on that car accident. But so the plan is, I know I said I'm sure, but I am like super indecisive, so that's the only reason I'm not saying it. I think I want to get the date of the car accident underneath it, because I always remember that is what that's from. And it's not really a sad thing. I can tell that whole story another time, but my battery's dying, and I would like to keep these under 15 minutes because then I don't have to edit them and wait 3 hours for my computer to produce them on my crappy editing software. So I'll cut it short there. And yeah, I think next week I don't have a plan. We're just going by the seat of my pants, if that's how the phrase goes. Whatever. But I'm almost done with my coffee here, so let's go for one last sip. Okay, a little more. Alright, the babies are getting out of hand. I gotta go. Battery's dying. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye, guys.